during the government blockchain's wonderful event, The Future of Money, Government, and the Law. Speaking of the law here, you can tell he's with the law because he's got the cowboy hat. Okay, I have Elijah Jean Bowdre. Is that how I pronounce the last name? It is Bowdre.
Yeah,
okay,
like
I felt like
Dr. Dre.
Bowdre. It's like bow tie and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
So he's the coolest guy here in the building right now, and offered to sit down with us again. He received the award of the Washington Elite last week at the Versace Mansion. Always a great honor to have you here with us.
Pleasure to be here.
And he says I'm not a pastor or anything, but he speaks like a pastor. So tell us a little bit, Elijah Jean, about the situation that you see coming up in cryptocurrency that's bringing you really all over the United States and indeed the world coming up.
Well, most certainly. First of all, shout out to Washington Elite, Dave, Bruce. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. And really, honestly, it's just historic what you guys are doing. You guys are chronicling the phenomenon of this fourth industrial revolution, and something with the Bitcoin that we like to say. No, most definitely it's true. What we like to say is that I'm the chairman for the cryptocurrency board for Dade County, but I'm also blockchain Bowdre, right, of the Bitcoin. That's my show, just kind of going through to the blockchain, crypto, technology, future forms and functions, and who the key players, the teams, players, and projects that are actually moving us forward. And you guys are titans and essential to this. So thank you very much. Xie. I would like to tell you guys for sure.
He speaks Mandarin. He spent like 7 or 10 years in China.
Yeah. Shout out to all 我的朋友们，他们是中国人啊，就是 blockchain Bowdre， 你好了，早上好。So some of the things that we see that is and you're absolutely right. It was the biggest honor to actually have my first envoy official expedition to the Mecca of money or crypto policy, the pioneers. It's to Cheyenne, Wyoming. This hat's from Cheyenne. The belt, buckle, and the boots. Yeah. We just opened our fourth enterprise in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Quick tip for you. If you have 2 pennies to rub together, especially if you made them on the internet from crypto, open up a Cheyenne or Wyoming LLC ASAP. Just from the bit, Lord. Yep. But so definitely love the things that they're the catalyst. Right? They kicked it off, initiator, and so being the pioneers, Miami were the premier. Right? We will lead America into the blockchain era. We will pierce the municipal veil between the public and the government with crypto. And some of the ways that we're going to do that specifically is that on March 27th, Miami-Dade County will officially be accepting crypto for payments and fees, as well as payments, remunerations to employees, as well as deferred remunerations as well, like retirement plans and so forth, so on and so forth.
Wow.
This opens up the whole gambit, right? But that's only one part of it.
But it's a huge part.
It's the big part. When you think about crypto, people more so think of the coin, right? So it's the finance part.
Right.
The really exciting part is the blockchain part.
Right.
The blockchain technical applications.
Right.
Across the entire gambit of services for Miami-Dade County as a municipality. Now, Miami-Dade County is 34 cities, over 4 million residents, and over like a $40 billion budget, that they spend. Miami-Dade County is 40% of the revenue of the state of Florida. One county.
Wow.
Right. So us goes Miami.
So there's the rest of the state.
Yeah, yes. So we have a big responsibility. I feel the weight of this task, and I take it very seriously every day. This is not a hobby. This is not something extra for me. This is central to my life. Let me get one of those. So every day that I wake up, I tend to think of today as the past. To think that how we're coming in first, but we want to build systems to last. So all these rules that are written that we're able to implement as we gain influence and we get insight working for the mass adoption and integration of crypto within this country, we keep the people in mind.
Yeah.
We know what will happen. So we understand that people are just getting revved up on even knowing what it is, even adoption, how it's going to adoption. But we're looking past that. There will be amazing efficiencies. There'll be great sums of windfalls, just in time to be some type of help or supplement for the general public. Right? 0.02%, 1%, 0.05% off a fee, off of a, off a usage, over something like that will generate billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that the wealth gap will become hyperbolic in the next coming decades.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some type of UBI, but where are you going to get the funding from? This new technology of crypto. If it is befuddled or fumbled or jankily or hastily or haphazardly installed in, if the vipers are allowed to get their hooks in it and corrupt it and wisp it away, the very thing that was sent to save us will enslave us all. Humans are the biggest threat to this entire system, but they're the only things that matter in reality. So we're in a kind of perplexing quandary paradox and a really exciting time of life where ignorance is our friend and our enemy. See, the ignorance from the masters is an advantage because it allows us to really push toward the benevolent idioms of the blockchain: transparency, immutability, distributed, all power to everyone, over power to no one. Place that in stone forever and let it run.
It's really an amazing thing. There's been two other very important people that have sat next to me and said very similar things. One of them is Nick Spanos, who we all know. Nick Spanos, the man who coined the monetary revolution. And the other one is President Vit Jedlicka, who started his own country, Liberland.
Oh.
And that is that we have to be forward thinking, and we have to be in control, and we have to be the ones pushing forward this blockchain, because if not, it can be used against us. It can be how we free ourselves, or it can be what actually entraps us and what actually enslaves us. And so it's really important. And I know you're going around the world and around the country, even in the next few days. I think you're speaking in Atlanta. I know he'll be joining us in a lot of different places, New York and Monaco and everything else.
Riyadh. Monaco. I can't do Monaco.
He said on Riyadh. I think he's coming to Riyadh too.
Dubai. Dubai for sure.
Yeah, but it takes people like yourself that have that. You have to have a certain amount of worldview and world experience to be taken on this stage seriously. Mm-hmm. And so, it's guys like you that really start to make the difference. So talk a little bit about how I know your family's in government, right? Or has been involved in government. How has that played into this role that you've taken with cryptocurrency in developing in Miami and indeed the U.S.?
Well, my partners and well, to make a long story short, so I had a business in China for 10 years. I lived there, and then started on a real estate project that we got about $500 million invested into downtown Miami. That brought me back into USA, after about 19 years, but still always doing blockchain enterprise project. I got several white papers that I've authored, make zero knowledge, just proof systems or what have you. And, the popularity of blockchain and Bitcoin waned. So we're out in the wilderness this whole time, since 2012, just doing our thing. But now, the popularity has intersected with the government. Is like, okay, and we're here. Yep. I'm here. And so working with my brothers and working with other members in actual Dade County, the other bit lords I like to call, we really have been building it, and people think it's it's always like this. It's like slowly, then all of a sudden, your 7-year overnight success.
Right, of course.
We really went through that, and it just feels so good. But we're at a moment where we don't even have time for I told you so. Like, I'm glad people are coming.
Right.
I'm glad that they see because it's still early.
Yep.
I have a sermon that I said it's time bomb, rocket ship. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. We believe that what we're doing specifically will be the catalyst, the initiator to eventually trigger the correction in the market, or one of the catalysts. When you look at global markets, 4 quadrillion, 400 trillion, 120 trillion, 85 trillion, then you look at the little baby, crypto, 1.4, 1.9 trillion. It just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But then you look and you uncover more. Why is nobody investing in it? Well, there's no laws on the books.
Right.
Until 3, 2.
Right.
Now, when there are laws on the books, courts can adjudicate it, insurers can insure it, companies can adopt it, mass integration.
Yep.
And when you look at options, this computer algorithmic distributed new technology sector, that's 1.4 trillion, global derivatives market that's propped up by 40% water in the currency, that's $4 trillion. We don't even know which one are you going to put your. There will be a rush toward the door.
Yep.
You're going to hear a big. So the very time bomb that's going to. This is like a house of cards on a hill of sand, and the tide's coming in.
Yep.
Will you be saved? Do you have an escape plan? We do. But it's not about me. It's not even about you. I know you'll be fine. Big Bruce Billions over there. But you, will you be safe? What about your cousin? Your niece? Do you love your grandparents? Your friends at your church? Do you care about them? Because everybody needs money and cares about money. And if they're not in crypto, they will experience pain. There's a correction coming. Now, whether it's a crash or collapse, I can't speculate. But I know one thing. If you're not in crypto, you will feel pain.
Yeah, it's really something else. And what we see happening now, especially in events like this, right? The government blockchain association event brings in these people, and I've often said that it took 5 years for the governments of the world to even figure out what's going on. And then the last 5 years, they've been kind of scrambling. First of all, trying to stop it. And, second of all, trying to
more crypto bans. I love it.
I know. I mean, it's crazy. Then you see really moves to start to get a lot of it as well, because that's something else. But we see this integration, and I know in a side conversation, we were eating lunch at the Versace mansion a couple weeks ago and talking about ways forward, and talking about the waste of goes in. You have hundreds of millions of dollars that come in for a project, and then the people that actually that were supposed to get the money end up getting like 10 million or something like that. And the blockchain has the ability to change a lot of that. And that's another reason why you're going to get a lot of pushback. And the pushback's going to get more and more and more.
Yeah.
Because that's a big, what do you call it? Breakage? That's a lot of breakage, Yeah,
I mean, you're absolutely right, actually. Not everybody wants to be good.
Right.
Everybody wants efficiency. America is a very sophisticated country, a very smart, intelligent people, systems who've been here a long time and see things. And, you will be naive if you think you're going to run in and say, hey, I got this system and it's going to end all corruption, no more secret money for anybody. It's going to be great for everybody. And people are going to sit there like, what? Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm saying too much. It's live.
Yeah, we're live. No, we are. But we're dancing around it. I mean, and let's be honest. But there's that's one of the reasons why it's been tapped by like our friends Chandra Habsburg and other people to start to use it in charity work. We have a standing relationship or an agreement with them to use blockchain for philanthropic work. and it's really going to be something else. So I know you go to Atlanta from here. What are your next steps? What does the next month look like for you? I know Dubai in March, but let's talk about the next.
So from here I go to Atlanta. I'm keynoting the Fulton County Women in Government and Leadership annual conference.
Awesome.
And they're interested in blockchain, and I'm definitely gonna give them that. Then I'm gonna be meeting with the Atlanta's mayor about possibly starting a ATL coin. We got a Miami coin in New York.
We're live.
Oh, maybe I should. Well, it's out of the bag now. So right. Then I'm headed back to Miami, and February 1st, the bill I submitted to the Florida legislature for digital currencies and virtual assets should be law. It should be law by then. Then February 2nd, I'm doing so I'm also writing a curriculum for Miami-Dade County Schools, 230,000 students, Cryptocurriculum.
Awesome.
We're using the econ learning standards and go. My plan is to take over the whole econ. I keep forgetting my line. Maybe it doesn't matter. This is it. Transparent.
That's right.
All right. This is
all part of it.
This is all part of it. This is all the curriculum for Miami-Dade County Schools. And so on the 2nd, I'm going to be doing a presentation at a couple of schools, including Miami Norland as a high school, but then we have like Miami Northwestern, we have a couple of high schools. Then that day, February 2nd, I have our task force meeting. And we're going to have my good friend and a crypto cheerleader, Mayor Francis Suarez, come in and do a presentation for the city. Kind of just give us a report. He's the city, but we're the county.
Right.
So like there's 34 cities in Dade County. I mean, obviously, city of Miami, one. So he's gonna come in, give us a report, give us a report on what's going on, and then also you're gonna see more collaborative things as far as just our synchronicity between South Florida, the county, the city, and then some things that are coming out in Florida specifically. Then on February 3rd is Afrotech. All right, so it's like the Black American Tech conference that we have. It's going to be in Miami. I'll be one of the presenters and speakers for the conference. And then on that night, I fly out. And then February 4th, I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And what that is, this is really special. It's like a private dinner of some, Black American crypto titans, as well as industrialists and things like that. Tulsa, Oklahoma is where the original Greenwood Archer Street was, or Black Wall Street. Back then, it was like one of the economic powerhouses in America, and it serves for Black people. I had like 4 banks, 5 movie theaters, grocery stores, all self-contained until it was destroyed. Some white supremacists that area. It was the only place that's ever been aerial bombed in America. So you actually have the U.S. government taking fighter planes, old planes, and dropping bombs out on this highly advanced economic industrial part for Black Americans, and so they destroyed it and wiped it out. Wow. And there's an advocate who's buying up parts of it to kind of restore it, and we'll have like a collaborative for a digital new Black Wall Street, but with crypto. And bringing the blockchain in to create some things. Then I'll be back in Miami on the 6th, and hosting a couple of radio shows, doing a couple of things like that, getting ready. And it's Black History Month. So I'm gonna do a lot of blockchain stuff, learning stuff like that. I said also I'm gonna be doing a lot of going hard for I got one of my personal friends, Arthur Hayes, my original founder and creator of BitMEX. I was there when it was called Cloud Trading, and he asked me in the cupping room in Hong Kong to go in with him. I bought my first 10 coins, but I declined to go busy. He said, I'm doing a Bitcoin futures options trading exchange platform. And I was like, a little bit much, but let me buy these 10 coins from you. But you good with that. I mean, 4 years later, you sold 25% of the company for like $4 or $5 billion.
Yeah.
So you can imagine me reading the Financial Times, like, oh, Arthur, that's my, I'm like, whoa. Right there, like my heart leapt. Then my stomach was like, oh. Yeah. But hey, I'm not missing it this time.
That's right.
Third time's a charm. But shouts out to him, Arthur Hayes, and all the BitMEX family, stuff like that. But it's just an incredible time, and I want to make sure that I'm as humble, I'm a servant, and I'm sincere about this. We are truly on the precipice of a paradigm, preparing to pioneer a new path, realizing that the physical world can only be accepted as first, and that our digital reality can no longer be denied at last. These tectonic transitions caused by technology's position Its prodigious potential to transform every tier and class. We've been entrusted this vision. So an imprudent decision that so we all can be multiplied by this immutable math. I solemnly swear to always espouse to emulate the benevolent idioms of this immutable ledger, to be transparent, distributed, immutable, forever. So help me God.
It's guys like this, and listen, guys. A lot of us have been working, and we've been doing our own thing. The government's been doing this and everything else, and now we have this intersection and the people coming together. And blockchain has brought people from all walks of life, the left, the right, the middle, the disabled, the able, the everything. It's brought us all together, and we all share kind of the same values, though, which is what he has laid out here. So we're going to be working a lot with the chairman, as much as possible, really pushing this forward. We have a monetary revolution going on. Nick Spanos told us about it years ago. It is happening, and we're super excited about it. And thank you so much for coming on, brother.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
See you soon.